Law of gravitation. Every particle of matter attracts every other particle of matter with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them.
Good morning, student. Today we are learning the universal law of gravitation. This universal law of gravitation is also called as the Newton's law of gravitation. Gravitation means attractions. This is a property of a matter to attract other particle of a matter with a force, and that force is how much force is given and what is the formula for it. That point we are learning in this topic. That's why our topic is there today, universal law of gravitation, and this is also called as a Newton's law of gravitation. Now for this case,
Consider two objects.
two masses is there, that is m1 and second is a m2. Give the name is m1 and m2. Two masses are separated by distance r. These two masses is separated by distance r. Then in between it there exists the force of attractions. And that force of attraction now we are calculating and we are obtaining the formula for it. This mass m1 means this particle m1 is attract the another particle with the force. Two particles we consider, each one is having the masses is m1 and m2. And this particle m1 attract the another particle m2 with the force. And how much force is there? That is given by the F. Before it we write the what is meant by the m1. Let m1 is the mass of a particle, mass of first particle. Okay. Then what is meant by the m2? m2 means, we'll write here the m2 means mass of second particle. Is it clear, student? Next is that the r is mentioned. R means small r is written. R is the distance between the two particles. Distance between two particles. Here we simply consider the two particles. Here the first particle and second particle. These two particles separated by distance r. Next is that the first particle is having the mass is m1. Second particle is having the mass is m2, and r is mentioned here the distance between the two particles. Is it clear? In this diagram we consider the 3 points in here. After that, gravitational force between the two particles. We mentioned here the F means the gravitational force. Gravitational force or force of gravitational. Both way we can mention. And this gravitational force is stated here. It is directly proportional to the masses of the particle. That's why here mentioned as a, we write the statement force is, gravitational force is directly proportional to product of their masses. Two masses is there, that's why we write the masses word here. Product of their masses, and according to the statement, here I have mentioned the mathematical statement, F is directly proportional to the m1 and m2. Is clear? F is directly proportional to the product of their masses. Two particles are there having the mass is m1 and m2. Take the product multiplication of it, and that multiplication is directly proportional to the gravitational force. That's why F is directly proportional to the m1 and m2. Second statement is mentioned as this force is inversely proportional. This force is inversely proportional to square of. Here it is not only the distance, but that distance is square of that distance. Square of distance. Which is distance? Distance between the two particles. Distance between them, we will write as square of distance between them. Them means two particles having the masses is m1 and m2. That distance we consider here, and square of that distance is inversely proportional to the force. Now two statements are there, and these two statements, first statement mathematical we write, second statement we write F is inversely proportional to the 1 upon r square. Is it clear? Two statements are there, one statement and second statement, and that two statement we combine together, and that will use as the statement of the universal law of gravitation. Here it is mentioned as the every particle of the universe attract every other particle of the universal particles. Now if I consider these two chalks are there, in between these two chalks also there exists the force of attraction. If there is a chalk particle and the board particles are there, in between them also there is a force of attraction between the chalk particle and this board particle. And this force of attraction, how much it is there? What is the formula for it? That formula given by the universal law of gravitation. And the statement here it is mentioned as the every particle of a matter attract every other particle of a matter with a force. Means if these two particles are there, these two particles is attract each other. Means every particle of a matter attract every other particle of a matter with a force, and that force is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Now this is a statement of the universal law. Now we combine these two statement of it from equation 1 and 2. See here students, first equation mathematical steps and second mathematical steps. We write here from equation 1 and 2. Combining the equation 1 and 2, F is inversely proportional, directly proportional to the m1 and m2 and inversely proportional to the r square. Okay. Next is that to remove this proportionality sign of it, we are using some constant. That constant I will write here G, capital G, m1, m2 divided by r square, where capital G is a proportionality constant. And this G, proportionality constant G, we called as the gravitational constant. This G is called as a proportionality constant, and another word is there for G is gravitational constant. G is called as the gravitational constant, and the formula is given by here F is equal to G into n1 n2 upon r square. This is a important formula, gravitational constant, and the gravitational force is F is given by the G m1 m2 upon r square. So G value is calculated already, and that constant value is given by 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11, and after that you write the unit of it. Now G is equal to if we calculate G is equal to F into R square per M1, M2. What is the unit of the newtons? Newtons of the force. Unit of the force is Newton. Unit of the distance is meter square. Unit of M1 and M2 is kg square. That's why we write here in this way. Remember the unit of the G, that is given by Newton meter square per kg square. Now after that, write the dimensions of the D. Dimension of the D. Here we calculate the dimension of the G. With the formula is, we know that G is equal to F R square upon M1 and M2. Then write the dimension of the force, dimension of the force, dimension of the distance square, and dimension of the mass, that is M1 and M2. Then we subtract the dimension of the force. Dimensions of the force is m raised to 1, l raised to 1, p raised to minus 2. Next is that the dimension of the length, L raised to 2. And then it will become here the dimension of the mass, M1 and M2 products are there. That's why we will write m raised to 2. And then we combine together m raised to 1 and this will be the minus 2. 1 minus 2 becomes as a minus 1. L raised to 1, L raised to 1 and L raised to 2 becomes as L raised to 3 and p raised to minus 2. Like that we can get the dimension of the G. You may write the first is the L term, L raised to 3, L raised to minus 1 and p raised to minus 2. In this way, write in explanation diagram. After that, the statement of the universal law of gravitation. After that, the mathematical statement, equation number 1, equation number 2 combined together. Then proportionality constant G, and this G is called as a gravitational constant. Then write the formula for it. Then write the value of the G in terms of its unit. Remember the value of the G is constant, that is a 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. And remember the unit in this way. Already I mentioned that how to remember the unit. Write the formula for the G. G is equal to just cross multiplication of it, F R square divided by M1 and M2. Write the unit of the force, write the unit of the distance, write the unit of the mass, and then remember the unit of the G is Newton meter square per kg square. Next is the dimension. Again the question may be asked here for MCQ. What is the dimension of the G? That time remember that formula, write the dimension of the each term, and then after that calculate the dimension, or maybe directly also you can remember the dimension of the G value. Now